How's the vibrate? Y'all know what it is. Just coming in. Been a while since I just tapped in, quote unquote, randomly. Out here in the park. Let me know if the visual and audio is on point. Militia here. What's up, Militia? Peace to you, Queen. Always holding it down. 4 modes, esoteric. What's up? What's up? We tapping in. Matter of fact, getting them crystals right. And definitely check out the shop if y'all interested. Check out the Etsy shop. We got the yellow fluorites from El Hammam, Morocco. Matter of fact. That's nice. Yeah, pieces. This front camera, not the best for showing detail. Yeah, tapping in. Matter of fact, that solar plexus energy. Matter of fact, yellow fluorite, and it, especially too because it has a pyrite on it. Like I would, I'm still working on it, so it would be too early to say, just yet. But it'll, as I'm sensing it, it'll probably be like one of the best crystals to work with for like mental clarity and confidence, in your confidence in your thoughts or ideas in essence, you know what I'm saying? Like amplifying the clarity in your mental realm. And again, the auric, in the auric field, the mental body in essence is considered to be yellow, and no coincidence, again, solar plexus connected to the yellow energy. And that's why, citrines and a lot of yellow crystals surprisingly help with mental clarity. And when you think about it, it's like the sunlight or like a light bulb, like ding, you know what I'm saying? You get a little idea of the light bulb hit, you know what I'm saying? It's like a little light. Yeah, most definitely. And right now, especially with the, that Aries and Jupiter movement, then you got Neptune in retrograde. So right now, being aware to not get caught up in any illusions, and for the most part seeing illusions from the past, you know what I'm saying, because of retrograde energy. So you're gonna see, like, in essence, like illusions that you fell for in the past are kind of coming up right now for a little check down. Like, all right, you was in illusion, or delusion is all illusion in essence, but you know what I'm saying, you was in, let's say, delusion, you know what I'm saying, you was being delusional, in this moment, and you made this decision. Let's see if you're going to be aware this time and, to make a different decision, So that energy coming up. And again, that Aries and Jupiter energy is kind of helping a lot of us, expand on our own, ideas, our own perspectives in essence, you know what I'm saying? And again, everything has to be a healthy balance. So, being aware to not getting the extreme of that, where it could, the Aries, Jupiter energy could cause people to be beefing, like strongly, again, head-butting about, especially religious or spiritual ideas, spiritual, religious, anything in the sense of like, gaining wisdom or intelligence, you know what I'm saying, expansion through intelligence and experience, you know what I'm saying. But from this perspective, again, because Aries also represents the head energy, so again, it's going to be a lot of mental, like a clashing of ideas and mental perspectives or thought forms in essence, egregors, fighting against each other in essence, And again, the fluorite and the jade being, again, popular crystals to work with right now because of the fluorine, and the fluorine protecting, and again, that's another thing, always, that's what I want to be here for, to fully express, like when we say these words, protection and shit like that, technically, again, you're not necessarily, you know, like, yes, it is protection, but the protection is through, you know, some form of inner work. You know what I'm saying? The whole reason why you're protected in essence is because you know better about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You protected because you know that stove is hot, so you're not gonna put your hand on it. You know what I'm saying, per se. You know what I'm saying? And not necessarily because there's a protective shield around you that's going to protect you from the heat of that stove, as much as you're protected because you're not going to put yourself in a situation for that stove to burn you. You know what I'm saying? Are you so confident, you know, or strong about the energy, you know, about yourself that nothing could come in to confuse you, you know? Again, like, that's what the grounding right now, especially, you know, being grounded, you know, or working with your grounding crystals, you know what I'm saying? Because again, it's not necessarily that, oh, I have a protected field around me now because I'm wearing tourmaline, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, it's, you know, by being grounded and being assured of yourself, and solar plexus crystals are going to become a lot popular too right now, you know, especially pyrite. And, you know, be aware of, you know, again, like, that's another form of investing right now, you know. I'm not too familiar with the cryptocurrency wave, you know what I'm saying? But I am familiar with crystals and the value of crystals, you know what I'm saying? When you think of like all electronics that have crystal quartz in it, you know what I'm saying? So quartz is going to be important, you know, quartz is going to be like a currency, you know, pyrite like a currency, shungite, you know what I'm saying, like a currency, you know, all these different, you know, different crystals, you know, becoming more currency like in these moments, you know what I'm saying? As we see, you know, certain past patterns resurge in essence. But we tapping in a lot of this divine mother energy coming up. I'm not gonna go deep into it because I want to I'm gonna do a video like sharing, you know, the screen and kind of showing certain things. But you know, the energy of the primordial mother is being transmuted, or just, let's just say, you know, all the different archetypes of the primordial mother energy, you know what I'm saying? That's why the whole thing with abortions is coming up as well, you know. And again, if you're familiar with my channel, you done checked out my old videos, you know, with the energy of Yadala brought, and, you know, Sophia Pistis and the Gnostic scriptures, and, you know, and Yadala brought being almost, you know, like a aborted fetus in essence, you know what I'm saying? So again, always being aware that you know, we're starting to see more and more that even the most mundane parts of our experience is tapped in to a realm or a dimension that, you know, that's on a, you know, on a different vibratory frequency, you know what I'm saying? And it relates to a story in a different dimension or a different world. So yeah, it's, oh, you know, abortion this and abortion that, you know what I'm saying, from a human perspective. But then it's also like, you know, like an ancient primordial, you could say, entity, or you could just, yeah, you could say like the primordial being that is the, you know, the divine feminine, you know what I'm saying? And again, it trickles down to actual beings and actual, you know, deities. And matter of fact, you know, what came to me for the first time, I never heard of this goddess named Meenakshi, Menakshi, you know. And Meenakshi is known as, it's another word for the fish-eyed one, or the fish-eye, you know, fish eyes, or the fish-eyed one, you know what I'm saying, in Tamil language, you know. But basically, again, that's connecting to, you know, the great mother energy, you know, the, again, the Tiamat energy. I did that old video I did, snakes on the plane, you know what I'm saying? That'll relate to what, you know, what's going on as well. And just in general, you know, shout out to Seven Bomar, because I done seen him, you know, bringing it up recently too, you know, is like, you know, the transmutation of the first beef, you know what I'm saying? The first ever beef wasn't was funny, you know what I'm saying? It should be so, you know, again, it done got to, you know, the distraction of like, oh, it's about black and white people, you know what I'm saying? It's a beef between the melanated people and the non-melanated people, you Like, nah, it's even deeper than that. It's an ancient beef between the masculine and feminine energies in general, you know what I'm saying? Which is also like a beef between the lower chakras and the higher chakras, you know what I'm saying? Because again, the sacral chakra, the downward triangle, water and earth, are, uh, you know, it's symbolized by a downward triangle, you know what I'm saying? So again, it's like that solar plexus, sacral, and root chakra, the downward triangles. And what's funny is, again, you start to realize, like, if there was some form of deity over the material realm, in that sense, it would be more so possibly a feminine, at the least androgynous, you know what I'm saying? But it'll be a more feminine energy, that represents, the earthly experience, you know what I'm saying? Again, like, that's why, that's the beef, and why men became so afraid, and I say, like, men became so afraid from that perspective, but like, just the beef in general, because of the the natural toxicity, or not say the natural just influence of the divine feminine energy, and especially like the sexual energy. Because again, like, the whole thing of tantra and all that, tantra was taught to the men by the women, and then you got these ancient aboriginal tribes who in Australia, where the men had different languages from the women, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, showing that connection of that ancient beef. And, again, like, realizing, like, we're transmuting, energetic, energies as a whole. It's not just about, again, like, the mundaneness of who's melanated or not, none of that type of shit, that goes into it. But, again, it's like a deeper story, hence why, you see, different melanated people who, aware of, the ancient history, but still, connect and work with white people, you know what I'm saying? Because again, it's an energetic thing, you know what I'm saying? It's certain, again, as the saying say, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And, we have allies, on different levels. And, again, like, not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of, helpful allies, helping to align, the cause, and helping to align the awareness. I don't see y'all in the chat, man. What y'all got to, what y'all, what's the perspectives of the questions? And matter of fact, yeah, and again, the connection with the Monakshi energy, and it just continuously shows how, the connection with Thoth, or the shape-shifting energy, you know what I'm saying, and that energy constantly, moving and taking different forms, because the goddess Monakshi also, in essence, kind of has like a androgynous representation. She was known for being born with 3 breasts, you know what I'm saying? So it's like 3, circles. And then when she got to the age of 21, or 3, 2 plus 1 is 3, then one of the breasts were gone. And then it was something else connected to her story when she was 3 years old, you know what I'm saying? So again, it's like that energy. And she also, in essence, represented that Wonder Woman or Amazon, storyline and energy as well. Because after she was born, and she was born to a king and started getting her own little kingdom, and she became like a warrior, going around like fighting, all these different kingdoms. And again, this is also, again, mythology is anatomy by law, so this is a story about how a certain energy moves through our body as well, you know what I'm saying? And this connects also, if you haven't watched one of my videos where I brought up the book by Carl Jung called A Man and His Symbols, in A Man and His Symbols, Carl Jung brings up the process of individuation, basically shadow work, or integrating But not just shadow work, that's another thing. Shadow work and the integration of the anima and animus is two different things in essence. You know, it connects, and it's like similar work, because in essence your shadow work is going to be connected to, you know, in so many ways the masculine feminine beefs of the past, you know, ancient primordial masculine feminine beefs are going to kind of be within our shadow work in essence. But, you know, again, it goes to that animus and anima, you know, awareness. You know what I'm saying? The anima being the feminine perspective in a male's subconscious, and then the animus is the masculine perspective within the female subconscious. You know, and it's definitely something to check out, and it's also connected to the energy of Lilith as well. You know what I'm saying? And it's that psychology, you know what I'm saying, that storyline being broken down, you know, within our experience. But, you know, the Lilith energy, you know what I'm saying? And again, that Lilith being treated like, you know, because this is also connected to the energy of trying to, you know, shun, you know, quote unquote witches, or, you know what I'm saying, the divine feminine from being tapped in, you know, to the magic, you know. And again, like a video I did already about, you know, the integration of the inner family, but then also, you know, I did a video too, though, like balancing out the toxicity of, you know, like, because there is a certain toxicity with, magical spiritual work with rituals and spells, you know, more so from Louisiana. And I did a video, I ain't posted it yet, but it's coming soon, of like just bringing up that energy, like to check, like tap into the magic, like, you know, tap into, you know, your inner powers and stuff like that. But, you know, it's for the aware, you know, being aware that it's not for pettiness, in the sense of like trying to be back and forth, trying to cast spells on people around you and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And again, to each his own, because with anything, you know, we could only help people by, you know, expressing the message in a manner where they can receive it, you know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna talk down on the situation, of course, you know, because again, we all done been through shit and, you know, had to work through energies. And it is a collective karmic energy, you know what I'm saying, especially in Louisiana, you know, of like releasing that that toxic spell work and magical work in essence, you know what I'm saying? But still be tapped in again, like, you know, because that's the balance. Ain't nothing wrong with, you know, if you want to call yourself a witch, or you tapping in, you know, doula, witch, bruja, whatever name, you know what I'm saying? Yes, tap into your, you know, tap into your magic. But of course, you know, having awareness with anything, and then being aware again of the different, you know, spiritual hierarchies and connections, you know. Because again, right now, you know, you're probably sensing that little story. This storyline is in every, and I think of three movies that pop to mind: Harry Potter, the show Magicians, and then the anime called Black Clover. On the anime Black Clover and Magicians, though, it was about elves, you know, but it was like this elf race that was powerful, this and that, and then they got harmed, or, you know, seemed like they got betrayed by humans, so they have a vendetta against humans, you know what I'm saying? And same thing with on the Magicians, and then the same thing with Harry Potter, in essence, where, you know, you got the muggles, or the non-magical people, and then you got the magical people, and it's all about the purity of your bloodline. And again, with most purity stuff that'll come from you know, the reptilian energy. And again, reptilian energy ain't all bad, ain't all good, and it ain't just no government type of shit. Again, like, you know, researching our own ancient history, you know, again, the Nagas, you know, the Naga energy, you know what I'm saying, the serpent energy, you know, is prevalent. And even when you talk about the cat beings or Lyran beings, but, you know, with the cat energy being a mixture of, you know, a reptile and a mammal. But again, like that energy, and again with the Meenakshi aspect, with her name meaning fish, you know what I'm saying, the fish being connected to a snake, you know what I'm saying, snake and the fish, basically, you know, again, the Nomo tribes and Mali with, you know, excuse me, the Dogon tribes, you know what I'm saying? Bringing up the story of Nomo, but the Dogon tribes connecting with the fish, you know what I'm saying? Like their ancient stories was connected to, you know, fish people. And again, as above, so below, as within, so without, you know, if you're in a physical experience, you know what I'm saying? Again, like where does the baby come from? You know, from a woman. Like, again, you could look at a woman, and just by looking at the way a woman gives birth, you know, you could be like, all right, this must be the way Earth gives birth. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you know, the balance awareness, our bodysuit is temporary. Yes, it is like a illusion or a part of the simulation. But, you know, again, we are having this experience within this bigger body, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Or bigger being, and within our bodysuit. But, you know, again, you could look at the woman, you know, and that goes into the whole, again, esoteric story with the Gnostic scriptures and, you know, connecting to the Kabbalah, where you got the triple darkness, Ein Sof, Or. But the triple darkness are the three trimesters. And again, it's kind of somewhat, some of this is, you know, for those of y'all that know, that y'all know, you know, like, it's almost like the part of the class where the students that know some of this stuff is like, yeah, I kind of know that already. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's kind of a repeat, but, you know, just to bring it in full, you know, and again, you know, when you look at the woman, it comes from the belly or the stomach, you know, and talk about the water breaking, you know what I'm saying, when a baby is born, you know what I'm saying? So coming from the depths of the woman, and not just out of her neck or her skin, in essence, you know what I'm saying? Like, it comes from within the depths, you know what I'm saying? So the same thing, you know, most primordial beings, in essence, within this realm, coming from, you know, the waters or the sea, you know what I'm saying? And no coincidence that when you look into the Gnostic scriptures, you know what I'm saying, it talks about, like when it's talking about like praying, it's like tapping in with the most internal of the most internal, or the depths within the depths, you know what I'm saying? Again, the video I broke down the word adept, you know what I'm saying? Adept being great or masterful or skillful at something. You know, you break down the word adept, and it breaks down to Adaptability, you know what I'm saying? And Pisces, again, connected to the fish. So adept, being adept or being masterful in this realm, is being able to move like the, or, you know, the primordial beings, is to move like, you know, like a fish, you know what I'm saying? Move through those waters, you know, with that fish energy, you know, and the Pisces being, again, like that last archetype, you know, because it's like, all right, I done, you know, move through, you know, whether it's like a snake or, you know, fish, you know, I done move through all these different, you know, dimensions. I done went through the dimension of 1, I done went through the dimension of 2, 3, 4, you know what I'm saying? All these different dimensions, and now I got a full circle, you know, a full 360 degrees of awareness of the positive and negatives of all my brethren and sister archetypes, you know what I'm saying? You know, speaking from the Pisces perspective, or that fish, you know, that then went into the depths, you know what I'm saying? Becoming a depth from going into the depths, you know what I'm saying? But if you just type in universal frequencies in Pisces, that video should come up, in which I'm doing my best to link all the videos together. Any questions on anything I just that I brought up so far, or any crystal questions? Because it's not going to be a long video. Yep, and that's the whole thing too, you know, with the connection of fish. Because even, you know, with caviar, you know what I'm saying, like eating caviar is like a ritual too as well, you know. And again, with the connection with the water beings. I did a video a while back with the court systems and the banking system using like water words, words in connection with water for the banking system. Because even a bank is like, on the side of the river bank, you know what I'm saying? So a bank, currency, where the current flow, and then even if you break it down like current and a sea, you know what I'm saying? Like the sea, you know what I'm saying? Liquidation, loan sharks, you know what I'm saying? But or even your birth certificate when you birth a ship, you know what I'm saying? Or you birth a vessel, you know what I'm saying? You dock a vessel, you know what I'm saying? And then, even in the court, what's your dock number, you know what I'm saying? Your document number, you know what I'm saying? The documentation of your vessels, you know what I'm saying? Like that's all, connected. And it's also connected to the Venusian energy, because Meenakshi was also green, she was depicted as green, you know what I'm saying? That's connected to the, the Venusian energy, you know what I'm saying? Or the 5-star, the 5-pointed star energy. And again, you see why when you talk about a Venus energy, it's indulgent, and most indulgent takes place, for the most part, in the lower chakras, you know what I'm saying? And again, the masculine energy, is tapped into those higher chakras, or the upper triangle, the fire in the air, you know what I'm saying? It's going upwards, you know what I'm saying? A lot of mental, aspects, a lot of action, you know what I'm saying? A lot of electricity, you know what I'm saying? While again, the feminine is more magnetic, more of the nighttime energy, more, drawing energy than giving energy, you know what I'm saying? That's not to say that women don't give energy as well, but again, just naturally as a whole, majority, their energy is more magnetic, so to speak. And again, and just simply put, especially if you've been watching all the videos, it just goes back to the simple as above, so below. It's just a story, literally a story of cells in a body, in essence, you know what I'm saying? Cells within a body, within a body, within a body, you know what I'm saying? And again, the focus being on Earth, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, like now it's a vibrate. We're in this bodysuit, you know what I'm saying? We're in the physical. It's not that, the temporary experience is way more important than, what I'm saying, the infinite experience. But it's, it's just where we happen to be in our journey, and again, it's like helping a certain chakra. Like again, as above, so below, as within, so without. Imagine if you was like chi energy in a body, you know what I'm saying? And, when a person breathes, they do the microcosmic orbit, as a ball of chi in the body, you move to the crown chakra, and that has a different experience. And then, you move to the next chakra. But again, think about it like this too. What if you like a ball of chi in the body, but then when you get to the crown chakra, you don't want to move? Like you kind of like it in the crown chakra, and you don't want to move, so you kind of stay there, you know what I'm saying? And then you kind of, in essence, so the person keep breathing, but every time they exhale, instead of going down to the lower chakras, as a chi energy, you stay in that crown chakra, you know what I'm saying? So you, and in essence, you know what I'm saying, you become like a stagnant energy in a body, because you sticking, you holding on to that one experience, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to, you're scared, I'm not even say scared, but you've become accustomed to or used to being a habitual nature, being in a crown, you know what I'm saying? And you don't want to, let go of that ego, so to speak, or that identity, you know what I'm saying, from staying in that one, chakra in essence. Libra don't quote me, Libra may be a feminine energy though, because it is more receptive in nature, you know what I'm saying? Like it's more, you know, because I think of like its opposing energy is Aries, you know, which again Mars and the one energy, you know what I'm saying? So that's like active, you know what I'm saying? Yang energy. Yep. Irma Contreras. Appreciate you for blessing the timeline. But yeah, these are the again the energies coming up. It's like that you know, integration, you know what I'm saying? Like being whole, you know, integrating all our different soul parts, you know what I'm saying, from past lives, you know, certain traumatic experiences where a soul spark, you know what I'm saying, you went through some trauma and a soul spark just kind of just darted, you know, just ran into another dimension of self, you know what I'm saying? And it's hiding in that dimension of self until it feels safe to kind of come back and integrate, you know what I'm saying? Like again, you went through a certain experience that made your inner child like run and hide, you know what I'm saying? And when your inner child ran and hide, you know, well, I ain't gonna say when the inner child ran and hide, but like, you know, whatever trauma, you know, caused the inner child to run and hide, that created a situation within your bodysuit or within your being that made it, you know, tough for a child to live in essence, you know what I'm saying? And hence the whole inner child work, you know what I'm saying? It's like doing that work to allow for the inner child to feel safe again, you know. But tapping in with again, tapping in with the crystals, the solar plexus work, the fluorites. Matter of fact, also got a piece of Shatukite with cuprite. Shatukite got that azurite in it. But any questions before I go? Any questions before I go? Before I go. And right now, I feel like also this is an opportunity for a lot of integration work in general. You know, I feel like for those beings or people who may have been thrown off by the New Age movement or the New Age perspective of like spirituality, you know, a lot of people are going to be recalibrating, you know, and making sure they're not tapped into that, you know, pretentious sense of positivity, you know what I'm saying? Like that, oh yeah, I'm happy all the time, you know what I'm saying? Now, again, like keeping it real, you know, from being present, you know what I'm saying, meditation, you know what I'm saying, you know, doing Tai Chi or Tao exercises, breathing exercises, you know, it creates a situation within the body where it is like tough to like get angry or mad, you know, or at least allow for your anger or negative emotions to like throw you off in essence. But at the end of the day, you know, you're still gonna have those moments. And so again, a lot of insight coming up for everybody to integrate and realize, you know, to unconditionally love themselves. Again, you're gonna do something that's quote unquote negative, or you know what I'm saying, again, like that's the wholeness of the experience. You know, you can't You can't be just positive without being negative as well, you know. And again, think of the positive and negative from the perspective of yin and yang. If you want to get a better perspective, go research yin and yang and like type in the characteristics, you know, where they have like those little pictures where it got like the, you know, yang represents masculine and hot energy and this energy, you know what I'm saying? Like where's a list of all the characteristics of yang and yin, you know, and look at it from that perspective, you know. And again, like finding that balance, you know, again, like this quote unquote spiritual warfare in essence, you know, it's just like balancing energies within the body, you know. And again, imagine how that would look, you know, from an Osmosis Jones perspective of, you know, being inside your body, trying to balance energies. Imagine, you know, the part of you, like the two parts of you, like the one part of you that wants to just eat Twinkies all day, and then the other part of you that's like, nah, smoothie time, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna seem like a battle. That seems like a battle inside you, you know what I'm saying? And hence why, you know, having that perspective also lets you see that you have no enemies, you know what I'm saying? You're only dealing with aspects of yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, like that's what the veil, you know, like that's one of the veils that's gonna be lifted, you know, strongly, is people seeing like they dealing with what, you know, what we created. That's what we dealing with. You know, can't blame nobody else for our situation. You know, and it's gonna become more and more obvious. And then it's gonna become obvious that this realm is, again, you know what I'm saying, very unique in its energy, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna realize some ancient stories are more real than fake. But just in the sense of, you know, without going too deep into it, you know, again, this realm is like a lower chakra in essence, to say it like that, you know what I'm saying? Like a lower chakra and another being. And again, by the law of correspondence, you know, like if one would be like, well, how you could prove that we inside a being in essence, you know what I'm saying? You know, through the law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without, you know what I'm saying? If a certain, you know, if a woman has like a moon energy and a moon cycle and like a planetary cycle within her body, it also exists outside, then that means, you know, then it must be something that exists outside that one, and it must be one that exists outside that one, you know what I'm saying? Or one that exists inside that one, you know what I'm saying? Like, so just by that, you know, because again, like that's how a lot of scientists, you know, study the universe in a very easy and smart way. It's just to study the people. And if you're aware of esoteric concepts, then you know, you get to read between the lines. When you see certain people move like this, like even you know, bringing up like how water beings are in essence, like, you know, the water beings are connected to the banking systems in essence too, you know what I'm saying? And again, like with any situation, you got beings that are forgot the little big words for it, but you got beings who are, you know, healthy, are looking to be more healthy, and beings that are looking to be more toxic, you know what I'm saying? But again, like it's like reading between the lines, you know. You know, the money energy is influenced by water beings. So however the money moves, that's how, you know, in essence too, like how the water being energies are moving, you know what I'm saying? Or the way different thoughts and ideas is coming up in the world, you know what I'm saying? That'll let you know how the air elementals is moving through, you know, people and, you know, and everything in essence, you know. That's another thing too, is like having that awareness. Only time you are being possessed is when you're not aware of the spirits or the internal energies that you're working with. You know, you gotta be aware. Does crystals matter if we have them in us? Yes, it still matters. You know, you have all the nutrients inside of you that the food you eat have, but you still eat food, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you still, it's still some effect from food, so let that be the answer to that question. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, what would be the difference? Like, if I'm already a crystal, why I work with a crystal? But shit, you already the elements that's in food as well, so why eat? You know what I'm saying? It's everything is about percentage, so by working with certain crystals, they amplify, working with a certain, expression, an energetic expression, because a crystal energy is due to its color. So you're working with the color, the energetic expression of a color. You're working with the energetic expression of a shape, because crystals have a certain crystal structure, you know what I'm saying? You're working with a specific element, you know what I'm saying? Oxygen has a certain energy to it, silicon has a certain energy to it. But yeah, that's the whole again, crystals are helpers. You could screw a nail in with your hand, or you could use a screwdriver. Think of crystals as like a sentient screwdriver. They're tools, but that's more like friends and companions, because they have like a certain sentience to their being, a certain intelligence. Cool, that was the only question. Not gonna make this a long one. I was just tapping in with y'all. Make sure. And tapping in with the grounding. Not getting caught up in the delusions of Neptune retrograde. Allowing for that Jupiter and Aries alignment to, allow for us to dive deeper into our, unique perspectives and unique energy. Because again, the world is missing out whenever you not being you and you trying to be somebody else. Again, I'm just a beacon of inspiration. And that's another thing, as I say that, and I back off of that too. Again, right now we're being called to expand our comfort zone, That Aries and Jupiter energy is also expanding certain ideas and mental perspectives, you know what I'm saying? Because again, like the whole vibe is like making sure that we're staying adaptable, you know what I'm saying? And being able to change with the flow of things, you know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean that you just dive head first into cryptocurrency and things of this nature, but it's definitely worth, checking out these new things, because even think about that, like the perspective of how, we may have at one point clowned our parents for like wanting to hold on to a VCR or, a CD player, or wanting to hold on to some old technology. you know. But then we get put, and I'm realizing that just in general, in this realm in general, you get put in a position of a person that you once criticized, you know what I'm saying? Hence why, you know, you become aware to not criticize people in the positions they be in. You know what I'm saying? It's like shit. Now you in the same space as your parents in essence, where you got all this new shit going on, and you still, you know, it's like, oh shit. You know, I just rather hold on to my paper money. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, like doing the same shit. But definitely being open to changes. Again, tapping in with the fluorite. Also the green jade helping out with the kidneys. Because also, you know, keep the vibration raised. You know, it's all right to tap in with the lower chakras. You know, vibrating lower doesn't mean being toxic. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between low vibrations and toxic behavior. You know, and again, like our protection is through our self-awareness. You know, it's through knowing ourselves to the fullest. You know, because you protect yourself when you know, oh, this is my energy, and I normally don't want to eat that type of thing, or, you know, this is my energy, I normally don't want to do this type of thing, or I normally don't even judge people like this. Like, you know, like that, and that prevents you from getting in confusing situations, and even furthermore prevents you from getting into prevent you from creating confusing situations that you get up in and then end up like blaming, you know, the people as if they the ones who created the situation, you know what I'm saying, as if they controlling your experience, you know, when again it be you know, your own lack of awareness that creates these situations. But again, keeping your vibration raised doesn't mean being fake nice. You know what I'm saying? You be authentic with yourself and raise your vibration, doing something you love, you know, because again, at the end of the day, you know, you are still doing a service to others just by taking care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? You taking care of you and vibrating on the frequency where, you know what I'm saying, you're helping bring in like a collective, energetic, healthy Wi-Fi from your own, you know, inner peace and inner awareness. But again, that goes to, you know, your inner work and your awareness of self. Again, yes, the crystals help. And again, like right now, I would express to be working with like fluorites, you know, again, mental health, mental clarity. You know, again, and that's what I was going to say, not necessarily, for lack of a better word, protection from external influences, but what it's doing is, you know, fluorite creates such a clarity within yourself that you are aware of, all right, that's not me, you know, like you become aware of what's me and what's not. So in essence, fluorite helps with discernment to, you know the difference of what's internal energy from, you know, coming from my inner guidance, and what's something coming from the external environment that's not in alignment with my inner guidance, you know what I'm saying, basically, you know what I'm saying. But that's basically it. I was just tapping in with y'all. Peace, peace. I'm gonna come back and tap in with the primordial mother energy, you know, and kind of speak on that. You know, check out the Eternal Health playlist I have on this channel. If you know, looking for little ideas or any type of self-help, you know, practices, perspective, more so practices that you could apply, you know what I'm saying, applicable or applicable, you know what I'm saying, spiritual practices. Check out the Eternal Help playlist, you know what I'm saying. Any and all donations is greatly appreciated. Matter of fact, transitioning right now, so yes, definitely any and all donations greatly appreciated. Then can't be afraid to ask for help when it's necessary, but don't be out here begging. Again, Etsy shop, Epic Lifestyles. Check out the Etsy shop. Again, the Etsy shop got the yellow fluorites in right now. A lot of solar plexus crystals and really very strong protective energies for the solar plexus, because Libyan desert glass is a very strong protective crystal for the solar plexus and in general, but you know, for the solar plexus. Then also your yellow fluorite. And again, the crystals don't do it all by themselves. You know, we gotta take the necessary actions to, you know, to respond differently instead of reacting the same way that we have been to certain triggers. You know, the crystals help us to respond differently.